Hi, welcome to the Art of Selling Junk. My name is John, and I have been selling antiques and vintage for the last 10 years. And today I want to talk to you about what makes for a great item for Etsy. Etsy is by far my favorite platform, and we're going to go through what I'm looking for when I'm sourcing to list on Etsy. So, a good Etsy item has these 6 things in common. It is going to be shippable. It's going to be easy to photograph, easy to describe, easy to meet your customer's expectation. It's going to have a high price and good margins. Now, a lot of you are immediately going, what makes for a great Etsy item? Well, obviously it's got to be the price. It's got to be an expensive item. And that's not actually true. An expensive item doesn't do you any good if you can't deliver it. So that is why I've put the math part of the equation down here. At the end of the day, if you can't get it to your customer, doesn't matter what it costs. First thing is it needs to be shippable. This is purely a product of your skill. If you are new starting out, I would not ship blown glass Christmas ornaments or china or things like that. But if you're comfortable with shipping, you can ship more things. If you are an independent shipper or you have a trucking company, your definition of shippable is completely different. But you need to be able to ship it safely. Next, you need to be able to photograph it. And some items are really, really cool, and they look amazing in person, and they look absolute crap on film. So they're heartbreaking, but they're not necessarily the best items to sell online. Same thing, if there's an item that's very tricky to describe, let's say the condition is a little iffy, and you find yourself going on and on about the buts and it's great if only for, it's probably not a good Etsy item. Finally, on the list of things that you need to be able to deliver is you need to meet the customer's expectation. And what I mean by this is when someone's looking at your site and they're pondering purchasing something, they know the experience they want to have. And usually, you've covered that by how well you photograph it and how well you describe it. But some items are still tricky. They're just hard items to sell. Let's say, for instance, electronic, and you haven't been able to troubleshoot all the features. Or for me, I am tone deaf. So I stay away from audio equipment and vinyl records because I will not be as picky as the person that's buying it. You need to know what the customer expects and make sure this item is going to fulfill that. Then, should an item meet all these criteria, it needs to have a good price and good margins. And the reason why it has to have a high enough price is you need to be paid for your time. You're going to go through all this work, you don't want to sell a cheap item. And you don't want to sell an item that you don't make any money on. So you can have killer margins by spending $1 and selling it for 10, but you're only going to make $9 for your effort. On the flip side, you could sell something for $100, but have invested $90, and you've taken too much risk, and you're still going through a lot of work to not net much, if anything, frankly. So these are what I look for, and I run through my head when I'm evaluating an item for Etsy. And I hope this is something that you keep in mind when you're doing your sourcing. And it's just not to be discouraging. This looks like it's just here to eliminate items or, cast them off to a different pile. But the truth is, there are actually opportunities in all of this because as you get better at shipping, you're better at packaging, you're more comfortable shipping, you can sell more stuff. You can sell a different variety of things. As you get better at photographing, you can sell things that are nuanced, artistic, intricate. As you get better at copywriting, your listings will stand out in the crowd because everyone who is just using a sort of generic description is going to look the same, but yours is going to make people feel compelled to buy it. And the more you understand what your customer actually is expecting to happen when it arrives at their doorstep, the better you'll know them, and the better you'll find other things that meet that same experience and expectation. And all of that will either give you more stuff to sell or let you charge higher price. So I don't look at these as necessarily something that is a weakness. It's an opportunity to become better at logistics or photography or copywriting, or just become more in tune with your customer. So anyways, I hope that's it's something that's very helpful for you. I hope this is something that when you're new and starting out and you're unsure of what makes a good item for Etsy, this helps kind of narrow it down for you so that you're getting the best return on your time and listing the things that actually will, at the end of the day, sell and work well for you and your customer. If that is helpful, please subscribe. We have more of this coming, and let us know in the comments if there's something else you want us to talk about. Until next time.